Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Saturday XCL Hungaroring broadcast. Free practice is just wrapping up now. We have an unbelievable amount of drivers, folks. 22 in the lobby tonight, and the lobby is, might I say, stacked. Mad Caster, BM Williams, Fabrex, we have Cozy, who's down here. We have just an unbelievable amount of fast drivers tonight. It is going to be a lot of fun. 2 minutes 30 seconds until we hop into qualifying. Let's get it. And here it is, a 15-minute qualifying. Drivers are really gonna want to get on track first. Richie, someone who we've watched in the past, coming out. We have Arlen Sant in front of him in the Ferrari, but the 998, number 998, Parkinio. We'll go with that. Parkinio coming across the second turn now. He's going to be the first one out on track, folks. 14 minutes left in qualifying. We're already 40 seconds into the session, and it's Hungaroring. Welcome to the track. If you've never been here before, it is incredibly overly technical, especially at night. These corners are a pain to hit correctly. It's all about when you brake and when you get off the throttle at this track. This really right here is your only heavy braking zone, is the right-left chicane in the middle of the second sector. Otherwise, here at Hungaroring, it is mid to fast-paced corners, just like this one, sweeping out wide and trying to keep those tires gripped as hard as possible to the track. Almost all of these corners are these long, drawn-out right-left-handers. It's going to be really interesting tonight. One of your only other hard braking zones there is that 90-degree right-hand turn. Parkino in the number 998 BMW M4 is going to be our first one across the line in qualifying for a hot lap. Plenty of drivers still in the pits. Like I said, we got some fast boys tonight. We got Fabrex, we got Cozy, we got your event organizer, as you guys know where to go. Mad Caster in that 420 AMG. He's sitting in the pits waiting for it to clear up a little bit. 998 BMW now coming down the straight, barreling toward the first turn. First turn is basically a hairpin, but not quite all the way around 360 degrees. It opens up a little off camber. Most of this track is very, very flat. It's more like Indy in a way, where a lot of these corners you just gotta chuck the car in, hold it around the bend, and really get on the power early. Otherwise, you're gonna lose a lot of time into the next corner. You see that first sector is very, very quick after the first turn. Coming into the second, now you have this little kink left-hander. You want to cut this as much as possible. It's good job there from the 998 BMW. He does get a little squirrely on the rear tires on the exit. Coming across the right-hander now onto the exit curb, struggling to keep that BMW under his foot, and the right-left chicane, one of our heavy braking zones here tonight. 12 minutes left in qualifying. Many drivers on track right now. Is he going to be impeded in front of him? We're going to have to see later in the lap. Under 12 minutes left, folks, for these drivers to get around the track on a hot lap. We're watching the 998 BMW leading the pack of hot lap drivers. The number 5 behind him. Number 5 is Cozy Learner 7852. He's one of our fastest drivers in the lobby tonight. He's right behind the 998 BMW, and we're going to see what he can do immediately after Parkino crosses the line. We'll see how fast Cozy can go. 11.5 minutes left in qualifying. Like I said, in the nighttime, this track is even more difficult to see those entry to the corners, to really put your car in the position it needs to be in, and a 15 degrees Celsius track does not help out at all with the tires. 998 BMW is going to go 147.8, and Cozy Learner is going to top that with a 143.6. Unbelievable pace from him. It took him 1 lap to get up to where he needs to be. The 222 is coming across now. That is going to be a well off the pace with Richie, and 4.2 seconds off the pace, putting himself just behind Parkino in the BMW. It looks like this midfield tonight is going to be really, really bunched up, and we have a ton of drivers coming across the field now. The 447, where is he going to go? Black Cowboys in 5th now to the 10 McLaren, who's going to go 3rd. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. 34 Porsche coming in 2nd place to claim the podium. Daz in the 25. Ferrari looks like he's right in the midfield. 296 Sammy in 4th position, beats out Richie and goes 300 slower than Parkino. The midfield battle tonight is going to be unbelievably close. 10 minutes in qualifying, and we have more drivers coming across the last turn. The 385 of Slasher Keeves in the 296 Ferrari coming across now. The 37 Ferrari of Saber right behind him. Where's he going to go? P10, not good enough. Saber goes podium, P3. The 40 BM Williams is going to go P2, kick him right back down to P4. He is 1.2 seconds off the pace of Cozy. That is the closest anyone has been so far. Cozy Learner still working his way around the track in the 3rd sector now, looking to go faster. The number 68 is going to be the next one across the line. That is I Love 68. Most likely going to be somewhere in the midfield unless his pace at this track is good. Let's see where he goes. He's going to go P3, 2 seconds off the pace of Cozy Learner. Amazing lap from him. The 998 Parkino looks to improve, and it looks like he doesn't improve his lap. 75 comes around. They don't get a valid lap in. Number 5, Cozy Learner, doesn't improve his lap, but he's going to stay at that pole position for now. It is really, really fast paced now. Black Cowboys, the next one coming around with a valid lap. He has 1 McLaren right on his tail. Looks like the number 10 of J. Kirk. They're going to be coming around the final corner. We'll see where he can go. He's 8.6 seconds off the pace. Can he increase his position for qualifying? He cannot. He does not go faster. The number 10 McLaren does not either. The 296 coming around the track does not go faster. Daz is going to make his way up into P9. The 420 was on an invalidated lap. 458 is the next one to come across. That's going to be Phantom HD. Has not set a valid lap yet. Let's see where he can go. He's going to go P12 in the Nissan GTR. Godzilla on the track tonight. Love to see it. Weefy 3237 is going to be our next one across the line. Also has not set a valid lap yet. Where is he going to end up? He's going to put himself still in 15th position with an invalid lap. 385 goes P11 in that 296 Ferrari. 69 coming across with an invalidated lap. Number 37, that is going to be Saber. In 5th position, he's going to stay there. He does not get the 3/10 he needed to go above Diablo for that P4 or a podium. Number 40, BM Williams. Can he improve? 1.2 seconds off the pace. He is going to stay in P2, and he is going to not improve his lap. I Love 68 coming across, also going to stay in P3. The number 5 is the next one across, and that is our pole driver, Cozy Learner. A 43.6 the pole time right now. Is he going to bring it down even lower? He is. A 43.2. He shaves off 4/10 of a time no one could touch anyway. The 87 AMG 2.5 seconds off the pace is going to take P4. A great lap from him with 7.5 minutes left to go in qualifying. It's going to be tight. We have a group of drivers that is bundled up like crazy. Black Cowboys looks to be the cork in the wine bottle right now, carrying about 5 or 6 drivers behind him. We'll see where he can go across the line, but considering his clock is already at a 150, it's going to improve, but it is going to keep him in P13. 3 drivers coming across the line right now. Daz is going to be P12. Snaggy Path is going to be P11. Let's see where the 111 of Weefy, I believe that is. Yep, Weefy is going to go. Coming across the final turn. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in qualifying. It is ridiculously fast-paced at Hungaroring, and we are seeing why right now. Weefy is going to go all the way to P2. 1.4 seconds off the pace of Cozy Learner. Unbelievable lap from him. He is looking fantastic tonight. The 69 of Febrix coming around. We know he has pace, and he's going to show it with a P4 from Febrix. Amazing lap from him as well. Look at that, folks. Your top 4 are all spaced out tremendously. And then once you get into the midfield, it is hundredths and it is tenths. BM Williams is going to reclaim his P2, 0.9 seconds off the time of Cozy Learner, who is going to be our next driver with a valid lap coming across under 6 minutes in qualifying now. We have drivers at the pits. We have drivers getting more fuel. The 222 of Richie is coming around on an invalidated lap. He's 4.9 seconds off the pace. He needs to find a faster time. The 75 is going to go P13. 87 is going to go P4. Weefy is going to keep his P3. Febrix P5 now into the top 5 of the drivers. I Love 68, P6. Sammy, P7. Diablo, P8. Matt Sycaster, P9. We know he has more pace in him. He's going to be coming around the final 2 turns. Now, let's see what he can do with under 5.5 minutes left in qualifying. Coming around the final right-hander, very similar to that last corner at the Nürburgring, just a little more drawn out. He's 4.1 seconds off the pace. Where is he going to go in that 420 AMG? He's not going to improve. Unfortunate from him. The 296 also does not improve. 458 is the next one coming around, but they are on an invalidated lap, and the 69 of Febrix, P5 right now. Can he find himself a podium? He's coming around the second to last turn and about to hit the last corner. Let's see where he can go. Can he make it happen? 2.5 seconds off the pace with 4:45 left in qualifying. He crosses the line. He is still... No, he goes faster. He shaves off 4 tenths, and he's going to find himself a P4. Not quite good enough for the podium, but good enough to bump himself up. Parkino crosses the line, puts himself in P8, which is a fantastic position to start. Saber squeezes into the top 10. 5 thousandths off the time of Diablo. Ridiculously close between those 2 drivers. We're going to see if they can grab a position off the last 4 minutes of qualifying. Everybody on an invalidated lap coming across right now. Looks like a lot of outlaps. Outlaps are important. They need to warm those tires with a track that is 15 degrees. It is cold tonight in Hungary. You might want to grab a sweatshirt because those pressures are gonna be low. They need to find grip on this track, and it's already a difficult track to get the tires to stick. So we're gonna see how the drivers handle that, especially in the race tonight. 420, Matt Sycaster. He's 4.1 seconds off the pace. We know he has some more pace in him. He's coming around the second to last turn now. Where can he put himself? Last corner for him. 3.5 minutes in qualifying. Is he going to be able to go faster? Is he going to improve his time? Let's see. He's 4.1 seconds off, and he goes P8. 3.7 seconds off. He has shaved 4 tenths. The 296 Ferrari goes P7. Does not improve his time. And we have the next valid driver coming around. I believe is going to be Black Cowboys if I can find him. No, it's going to be Parkino coming around the second to last turn now. Let's see what he can do. 3 minutes left in qualifying, folks. We have very little time to see these drivers go quick. Last corner for Parkino in that BMW. We know he has pace, but can he show it? Can he secure his top 10 from the people latter half of qualifying? He does. He barely beats out Matt Sycaster. Really 1,000th in between the two. Just so close between these 2 drivers. He's going to go P8. The number 37, Saber. 11th now. Can he find his way back into the top 10? He does not improve his lap. All the way down. Liebison. Oh my, what a name. Liebison Apex 905 has yet to set a lap time. That is what a controller looks like, if you were wondering. Or a keyboard and mouse, one of the 2. We'll see if he can set a valid time. And Cozy Learner improves his lap by another 2/10 since the last time we checked in with him. He's at a 43 flat. It looks like he's going to be having yet another lonely race tonight as we have under 2 minutes left in qualifying. He's going to be the next one to cross the line, but the one that we are watching, Matt Sycaster, 420 AMG, needs to find some pace. He's P10. Can he secure that for the last couple laps here? Coming around the final straight, goes P9. Fights out Parkino again. These drivers are finding as much time as they possibly can. The 296 of Sammy is going to find himself into the P7 position. A great lap from him. It looks like he's going to be returning to garage. He will not have time to set another lap. I don't think he knows that. I think he knows that he can't go faster, is why he's doing that. 998 Parkino coming around. Looks like maybe he's getting a little bit of impingement from Godzilla, the first Nissan GTR I've seen on an ACC track in maybe like 10 years. 3.7 seconds off the pace. He's not going to increase, and he's going to make an overtake in qualifying. Let's see him go down the inside. He pulls out. He's not going to get another lap, and he's going to be frustrated about that. That Nissan GTR not at all waiving his position, even though he is in 21st. That is really unfortunate for Parkino. He was looking to secure a top 10, and now he is stuck in the pits. The number 87 AMG coming across, 2.2 seconds off the pace. Looks like he has a rough last corner there. 30 seconds left to qualify, folks. These people are going to be the last ones to get valid laps. It's the number 87, it's the number 40 of BM Williams, and the 34, if he could cross the line in time. He has 20 seconds to do so. He's going to get well across. He's 3.6 seconds off the pace. In P8, goes 2.9 seconds off the pace. So we found 7/10 there, and still not enough to find himself a position. The number 99 is also going to be on a valid lap. Let's see what those drivers could do. Cozy Lerner, the number 5, he has 1 second to get across the line, and he does it. He's going to have one more lap in him as well, and the 222 is going to run out of time. Richie starting P13 as long as that doesn't get taken from him. Qualifying timer has run out. The 420 is going to cross the line. Does not improve. Matt Sycaster is going to stay in P9. Is that top 5 safe? It looks like it might be with the drivers we have coming around the track right now. I'm wondering if they're going to improve. Last corner for the 69 Ferrari of Febrex. He has a little more pace in him. He's 2.1 seconds off. He needs to find 5/10. That is an unbelievable task for him. I don't think it's going to happen. No, he finds 3/10. And just not enough from him. He needed to put together the lap of his life, and it didn't quite happen. Levison Apex 905, our number 1 McLaren, who is obviously on some form of short steering, is going to go P13. Fantastic from him. Phantom in the Godzilla Nissan GTR, 8.6 seconds off the pace, is going to find himself in P21. 37 is going to be one of our last ones to cross the line here, Saber. He is coming across the finish line on a fantastic lap that's going to put him into P10, secure his spot. Parkino is going to be absolutely livid that he didn't get another lap in. The number 71 coming across the line now. Where is he going to go? Doesn't look like he improves. He's going to stay P22. 34 coming around on an invalidated lap. 99 and 5 are our last 2 drivers to make something happen. Snaggy Path is coming across the final. He is slowing down. He did not improve. Cozy Lerner, folks, your pole sitter. Is he going to go even faster? Why not shave off another 2/10? Because that is a 42.8, and that's it. Cozy Lerner, BM Williams, Wilfie, Febrex, and Thanathar. Thanathar? Oh my. Not even going to try that one. The number 87 AMG are your top 5 for tonight. We have the race starting soon. Parkino is going to be just out of that top 10. He's going to be really upset. Matt Sycaster, we know he has some race pace. He's going to be starting P9. Out of 68, looks like he put together a fantastic session. Same with Weefy to get a P3 in qualifying. Weefy, amazing session from him, but we can see how separated the field is. P6, P7 is really, really tight, and then you have someone like P4, P5 who's 3/10 difference. P2 and P3, 5/10 difference. P8 and P9, 4/10 difference. It's just really, really far apart tonight. The pace difference is large. Drivers really need to take this time before the race to dial in their pressures as much as they possibly can with a cold track and with a track like Hungaroring where you need all the grip you can get. This is going to be a difficult judgment call from a lot of these guys. We need Helicam. Yes. 1 minute until we get Helicam. Aren't you guys excited? Helicam is like God himself, a savior to the world. But in this case, not like in the entire earth. It's just like Xbox ACC broadcasters. So it's like a very limited group of people, but you guys get the point, I think. 36 seconds until it arrives. Just hold tight, folks. We're almost there. How are you guys doing tonight? You're not talking to me, which is really sad. I need a little more communication from my Twitch chat, you know? A little more interaction. That's okay. You guys don't have to talk to me. I'll just sit here alone, all sad. Just broadcasting for the drivers so they can watch it back later. It doesn't care about me. Here we go. It's coming for you. All the way to replay. All the way to change camera. Is that it? No, I don't hear it. Is that it? I don't hear the Helicam, but I think that's it. Typically you can hear like the rotors and stuff. There we go. Yeah, that was it. Okay. We're good. But it will not let me return to garage, so that's something. Typically like to spectate PD3 for you guys. Kind of gives you a good view of the front two drivers and the drivers in the back. We're going to see how this goes. Oh yes. Hungaroring for 30 minutes. One thing about this track that I haven't talked about yet is it is a little unforgiving. If you notice, you have a wall on your right and a wall on your left. And also you just can't see. So it's going to be 30 minutes of really trying not to put your car in a wall. And we're going to see how the drivers handle that tonight. Mandatory stop, fuel only, as with all XCL races. So 1 liter of fuel is going to be ideal. You're going to want to load up all the fuel you need for the race and just throw in 1 liter in the pits. That way you get as fast of a pit stop as possible. We are watching Wi-Fi, the 111 McLaren in P3. I really should stop doing accents. I don't think it works out very well for me. But, you know, live and learn, right? 30 minutes at Hungaroring. Coming across the chicanes now. Weird that I can't return to the garage. You guys are gonna want to keep your eye out for this fight for the podium. It is gonna come down to strategy. It is gonna come down to race pace. It's gonna come down to consistency. Which one of these drivers can keep it out of the wall? Which one of these drivers can get the undercut on the person in front of them? Which one of these drivers can really make their race with one crucial decision? That is going to be what you want to look out for. Looks like we are going too wide here at Hungary. If the drivers can figure out how to do that, just follow the prompts on your screen, guys. Not super difficult. There we go. Too wide. Almost. That looks better. Yup. Car and another car back there somewhere in the midfield. Our BM Williams, our P2, is off the track. So is he going to catch up in time to reclaim his position in the front row? Yes, he is. And now I would say that we are a well-organized double file line for 30 minutes at the Hungaroring. Here we go, folks. XCL US time zone Saturday race. It is 7:40 p.m. EDT. We are coming down the final straight, and the red lights are about to turn a shade of green. It is green at Hungary. Everybody gets a really good start. Top three especially are pulling away from the rest of the field. It is side by side for BM Williams and for Cozy Lerner. They are inches within each other. BM Williams is going to take the outside line. Cozy Lerner going down the inside. The Ferrari coming all the way across the outside. And it looks like BM Williams just turned in basically on himself onto Weefy. Made contact. Is on the inside of the track. Somehow got back out. The Ferrari is going to take P2. Weefy is going to stick himself in P3. And BM Williams really did just ruin his fight for the top three. He is all the way back out of the top 7 now. We can't even see him on the bottom left of our screen. Cozy Lerner has run away. Weefy on the back of the Ferrari there, stuck to him, really wanting to make a move around the 69 Ferrari. We're going to see how he can do that. Fabrics trying to hold on to that P2. Cozy is already like 3 seconds up the road. This guy has disappeared already, and we just started. We are 1 minute into the race session. Where did BM Williams go? All the way down to 18th position. It looks like he just turned in too hard. We have a McLaren spun round there. That is really unfortunate. That looked like possibly Jake Shirk, or I believe it was Subsonic 10, and we have 1/10 in between the top 2 drivers behind Cozy Lerner. We have 3/10 in between I Love 68. The midfield is right on each other. Unbelievable racing from these guys. They are all right behind each other. Less than 5/10 separating about 15 drivers right now. Crazy stuff from these guys, and they're keeping it clean. They're keeping it single file. It looks like a move is being sent right now, Mad Side Caster, but he comes into the pits anyway, so it's not going to make a difference. People taking very early pit stops. It's part of the strategy here at XCL. Can they take the pit stop, get out of the traffic, and push as hard as they possibly can? Weefy, 4/10 behind the Ferrari. He's going to want to stick to the back of him, wait for his moment, and then make the move when the timing is right. Mad Side Caster looking to advance up the field. He is 4/10 behind the AMG companion that he has in front. The number 87 of a name I'm not even going to try is finishing out your top 5. Looks like a couple people inside the top 10 did dive into the pits. That's going to be the number 37 of Saber, who is still in his pit box. Maybe some damage from him on the first lap. And the number 68 of I Love 68, who we know is a strategy demon. We know at races like Imola a couple days ago, he comes out on top because he goes in early and finds the race pace he needs. 0.7 seconds separating Weefy and the Ferrari now. He's following tight. He gets a much better run out of the chicane, tries to go down the inside. Looks like he's the wiser though. He's going to be following the Ferrari. That was not the move. That was not time, and he knew it. 4/10 in between these 3 drivers. We have Vision Apex in front of BM Williams, who was our number 2 sitter at the end of qualifying. Sammy is on to the back of Parkino here in 7th and 8th position, and we have Richie, one of our new XCL drivers who did his debut a couple days ago in that 222 McLaren, is right on the back of Snaggy Path. There's absolutely a move to be made here. We're going to keep an eye on that gap, but for now, we have our attention on the fight for P2. It's Weefy versus Fabrics. Is this maybe a point? 26.5 minutes left where Weefy starts to say, hey, I'm going to come in, I'm going to get out of this fight, I'm going to push hard, and I'm going to overtake Fabrics when he's in the pits. Whoever pits first, I believe, is going to come out on top of this battle right now. 26 minutes left to go. They have plenty of time to think about it, but they do not want to get beaten into the pits by the other driver. Subsonic 10 was 0.069 seconds behind this Nissan GTR when they crossed the sector line. Unbelievable fighting from them. We're going to keep an eye on that as well. Richie, back to one of the battles we have going on for the top 10. BM Williams just behind, hunting him down. We know he was P2. And we have Weefy, P3, hunting P2. That's Fabrics in the 69-296. If you were wondering where Cozy Lerner is, he's gone yet again. So 5 seconds up the track. He's probably going to make that 7 by the end of the lap, and we have 25 minutes to go. So we wish him luck up there driving by himself. And we have Wi-Fi in third position still. The name I'm not going to try, 87 AMG, 6/10 back from the Porsche in front of him, Diablo. They are in the top 5. They are feeling good about their position. If the AMG and the Porsche have similar pace, then this AMG can just tag on the back. They'll work their way up to Wi-Fi and get in this fight for the top 3. They just need to be smart about making a move here. They don't want to do it too early. BM Williams is in the pits. It looks like he has damage on that AMG because he is sitting there for a good amount of time. We're going to see what he ends up doing by the end of this race. It's going to be a fight for him. One of the gaps that we were seeing is now falling apart. Look at this. All of these drivers were separated within like 2/10, and now they are multiple seconds. We have Snaggy Path diving into the pits for his stop. Sammy is 0.7 seconds behind from Parkino in the M4 BMW. And we still have Wi-Fi still on the back of Febrex, almost in the slipstream. At some points in the track, we're going to see if he can hunt him down. 3/10 now the gap from the AMG to the Porsche. It looks like he has pace to get around the Porsche, but is he going to be able to make a move in this race? 24 minutes left to go. The midfield battle is ripe. It's unbelievable fighting from these two. Look at this. Subsonic 10, I Love 68 possibly going side by side into turn 1 right now. It looks like I Love 68 is going to take the position by far, and we have the Nissan GTR on the outside as well, who's in 15th. He might have got a little bit of a double overtake there. I Love 68 down the inside of the McLaren, and down the outside, maybe a switchback here of the Nissan GTR. It looks like it's gonna be that way. I Love 68 with some amazing racecraft right now, side by side with the GTR through this turn, and they come together. Oh my goodness, GTR didn't look like he left room for 68. 68 is gonna be into the wall. That's gonna be heavy damage. GTR is flashing us, as you see. Now he's side by side with the other McLaren, who's gonna benefit from this a lot, which is Supersonic 1040. Unfortunate battle from these two. They were having a fantastic race, and cars come together. It happens, guys. Incident report is there for it. 5/10 in between Parkino, Sammy, and Matt Sycaster, who is leading those two drivers. We're going to see what he can do now up into P6, and Wi-Fi still 7/10 behind Ferex. He's keeping the gap consistent. He has less than 23 minutes to make this overtake happen for the P2. It might come down to pit strategy for these two drivers. I think that's what it's going to be. We have the battle of these two drivers, and somehow the Nissan GTR has gotten past. No, GTR's fallen down the field. Wonder if he got damaged from that collision with 68 as well. Speaking of which, 68 is in the pits. He's down to P20. He's fixing his damage. 2-2-2-2 on the board for race time. 7/10 in between Wi-Fi and P2. Where's Cozy Learner? He has made his gap 10 seconds. It's just, what did we say yesterday? It was Cozy doing cozy things. Exactly. He's cozy in his McLaren, and he's running away from the pack as much as possible. He had a really unfortunate disconnect at Imola. I believe that was yesterday. Yes, as he was leading the race with about a 20-second gap behind him, he DC'd, which was really, really sad to see. But it looks like he might be on track for his race win tonight. Knock on wood, because I'm not one to jinx a good driver having a good race. 21.5 minutes. Wi-Fi is hunting him down. The Nissan GTR, the 458, still in the pits. Looks like he did get some damage from that collision that we saw. Richie taking his pit stop, coming out of the lane now. Subsonic 10 has yet to take his stop. Doesn't look like he got damage from that incident with the GTR, with I Love 68, and the 69 coming around the final turn. That gap is really consistent. 7/10 always, every single time they cross the line. Sammy is onto the back of Parkino. Is he possibly going to be able to make a move on the BMW in front of him? He's in the slipstream. Is he going to go for a little bit of a late break possibly? Not sure. Stop and go 30-second penalty for the 458 GTR. Maybe fakes the dive bomb a little bit there. And we have the Porsche up in front of them fighting, which looks like back markers. Diablo has a small gap behind him for Mad Sycaster. Traffic may be holding up these drivers a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see how traffic influences all of these battles that we're seeing. Looks like Subsonic 10 crosses the white line to dive into the Hungarian pit. something that is looked down upon a little bit. We'll see if he gets any reprimand for that. Mad Sidecaster, look at the gap he has managed to make happen. 0.2 seconds to the back of Diablo's Porsche now. Getting held up by this Nissan GTR is backmarked traffic. Nissan GTR slams on the brakes, and Mad Sidecaster is going to go into the back of them. Unbelievable. This GTR has now been in 2 incidents in the span of like 4 minutes, and Mad Sidecaster is going to spin around. Nissan GTR gets more damage, and oh my gosh, that's going to ruin his race. The race organizer gets taken out by the back marker, the number 458 GTR, who has a stop-and-go 30-second penalty. Ridiculous behavior from that driver. He is absolutely going to face some reprimand after this race is over. 19.5 minutes until he gets his head taken off is my prediction. Richie onto the back of J. Kirk 10, who is usually in the Aston, now in the McLaren. He's got a 5/10 gap. Let's see what he can do. One of the top 4 drivers who have taken their stop. He is in for a nice possible top 10 here. BM Williams into the pits. Looks like he is done. He has been for a while. Really unfortunate to see what happens to him. Didn't look like it was necessarily his fault, but if I were to assign blame, you know, it was tough. It looked like maybe he got a little ambitious with his turning. Little overcorrection possibly. We have a fight going on between 2 Ferraris right now. One of them is off the track. That's going to be the 37 of Sabre. It looks like he's going to lose the position, but the 75 Ferrari of Arlen Sainz does have to still take his stop. So, no harm, no foul, really. He'll get that back within a matter of laps. How are our 2 and 3 doing? The gap is up to 1 second. Febrex is getting as far away from Weefy as he possibly can. They don't have traffic in front of them, so they're gonna want to run as long as possible to get away from that McLaren behind him. Sammy, 296 in the 296, is 3/10 behind Parkino. He's going to be looking for that P6, and at best case scenario, they are pulling up to Diablo, who is in P5. He's our Porsche. We saw the incident with Mad Sidecaster, who's going to take him out of that fight, give really all of these people inside the top 10, but below the top 5, an advantage as far as position for the end of the race. We have Sabre, who is making his way up the table. Looks like he is on pace for a really good top 10 from him. 8/10 the gap from Sammy to the BMW. It looks like Sammy's just stronger in this 3rd sector, and the BMW finds a way to pull in the 1st sector. We have 7/10 the gap. We have one of our top 5, Diablo, coming into the pits now. He is dropping down the grid. He's going to want to look up to make up those positions. Is Sabre possibly on pace for a top 5? Is he going to get past Diablo while he's in the pits? It doesn't quite look like it, so it looks like Diablo is going to secure his top 5 position as long as he stays consistent for 17 minutes left in this race. 5/10 the gap from Sammy to Parkino. Looks about the same as when we left it a little bit ago. And Richie got the move done on J. Kirk. J. Kirk is far behind now. Looks like Richie got that overtake complete. He's into P14. He has more places to gain now that he has taken his stop. Sammy, 5/10 behind Parkino still. They are still 9.6 seconds behind the 87 AMG, who has yet to pit as well. Diablo, still in the pits, Diablo. What is going on with him? He should not still be in the pit lane. He's going to lose his position by a mile. I'm not sure what just happened. Maybe he did tires and fuel on an accident. But he might have just sacrificed a top 5 with whatever happened to him right now. Very sad from him. 5/10 the gap to Febrex. Weefy looks to be pulling in that 3rd sector quite a bit. He brings that gap down from like 8 to 5/10, and then it goes right back up typically when they cross the straight. You can see there it is now 1 second between them. Sammy, the gap is 7/10 now, and they are falling to the 87 AMG, who has decided to dive into the pits. It is the time to do it. We have 15 minutes left. If you were looking for a halfway pit stop, now is the lap. BM Williams has retired, as we see there. I Love 68, someone who got damaged early in the race, was having a good race, and then got damaged again, got sent into a wall. is in your last position, P20. Really unfortunate from him. You really hate to see it. It looks like Godzilla, our Nissan GTR, has just left the lobby altogether. Mad Caster, someone who got damage from the GTR as well, is into P17. Thanthar. This guy is out of the pit lane now. Halfway through the race, as you hear the engineer say, he's into the first corner. How many positions on track did he lose? He's behind the 99, which is lapped traffic 447. He's going down the grid. Looks like he might be on pace for a podium if Weefy can't get his pace going. It's going to be tight between those two. But we're going to see the outcome once Weefy comes into the pits. We do not know where anybody is going to end up until Weefy dives into the pits. Once he comes out, we will know the standing. Right now, Daz coming out of the pits. Erlen Sands and Barry Knowles both taking their pit stop. Two drivers that are like tied together right now. Their stops look to be quite long. No one knows about the 1 liter strategy. You gotta get these guys on it, especially Barry Knowles, who looks like he's changing tires, brakes, fuel, driver swap. He's doing everything he can. Weefy has dived into the pits. He has less than 14 minutes to go. He's going to be coming in for his stop, trying to catch Febrix, who is gonna want to put as many fast laps down as possible right now. Your leader, Cozy Lerner, making his way past lap traffic, is like something like 30 seconds in the lead, 20 seconds, 15, I don't know. We're about to find out once Febrix crosses this line. 18 seconds in the lead. Yep. So no one has a chance. Weefy coming out of the pits, Parkino in the pits, Sammy in the pits, both of them coming in at the same time. Does Sammy know the fast pit stop? Doesn't really look like it. Maybe he had some damage. Parkino also sitting in the pits for a little longer. Both of these drivers have yet to move. Parkino gets the jump, it looks like, starting his engine now. Yes, it's going to be a much larger jump for Parkino. Who else is coming out of the pits? That's going to be J. Kirk. Indy McLaren, the number 10, stop and go 30-second penalty, and in P17 he's going to lose a mega place from that. And he has my team's colors on. And he's not on my team. Well, that's something. Weefy into P4, behind Legion Apex, who has yet to pit, and Fabrics P2, who has also yet to pit. He's trying to get past his lap traffic. This lap traffic is going to be holding up, and the McLaren is off the track into the grass, wherever he is going to go. Who was that? That was the 99 of Snaggy Path. He's into the sand now, trying to make a good recovery here. He has no one behind him, which is good. Otherwise, there might have been some contact. But we have 12 minutes left in this race, folks. 1 second the gap separating Sammy. Weefy, is he going to get the P2 from Fabrics in the pits? We're going to see how that ends up with 12 minutes left. J. Kirk still got to serve that stop and go 30 seconds. I love 68 in P20. BMW Williams, really unfortunate race from him, had contact. He looks like he has left the session, has retired. Weefy's going to get past that lap traffic cleanly. Yet another? Okay, what's happening? Because Weefy passes a blue flag car, and they just decide the race is over. Like, they just actually just send it into the wall. It's happened twice now. He doesn't even touch him. It's just something like magical, where he just gets right past him and then bam, into the barrier. Interesting. We might want to look into that. If we have stewards, race investigators, FBI, someone want to take a look, trying to get past his lap Porsche now as well. Porsche's making a defensive move to the racing line. Interesting. Weefy's getting held up a lot. With 11 minutes left in this race, you can see him flashing us there. He knows we're watching him. He knows this is the action we want to see, and he knows he is upset about this traffic. The lap traffic here out Gary is not behaving well. 6.6 seconds the gap from the 296 Ferrari to the 37 in front. He's in the draft. Is there a move to be made? Richie making up more places, up into P11, maybe looking good for a top 10 if he can hunt down Slasher Neves. It looks like he's really finding his way into the track really feeling out the temperature with 10.5 minutes to go. Febrix is in the pits, folks. Here comes Weefy. Can he get the P2 position? There was a 10-second gap. I think, personally, he got held up too much. I do not think it's going to happen because Febrix's pit is already over. He put 1 liter of fuel in and he is gone. He got held up by that lap traffic, and that's just going to ruin his race with 10 minutes to go. Really, really unfortunate. Febrix lost time on in-lap due to back markers. Yeah, but Weefy lost. I mean, Weefy had 3, 4 back markers he had to pass, and they all were just terrible. So yeah, you can see the gap is large. It just unfortunate that there's just no chance for Weefy. I mean, he really did kind of get scammed. Legion Apex is in the pits. We'll see where he comes out. Still enough though, yeah. Yeah, it just, Weefy, the difference was just too much. Saber really looks like he wants to make a move on Sammy. They were absolutely tight coming across the line. Let's see what they can do. Barry Knowles is back into the pits there in P18. Legion Apex might be looking for a top 5? No, I think he's falling down the grid. Yeah, he's behind the BMW. He's behind both the Ferraris here. Looking good for a top 10, though, is Legion Apex. Levision Apex. There we go. Yeah, just still enough for Weefy to not get that position. He's got 6.1 seconds. Cozy Learner, he had to take his pit stop. We know he likes to wait a little bit to take those stops. He typically takes them in the last 2 minutes, you know, last lap he can. But this is the battle we want to see. Saber looking for a P6, looking to overtake Sammy in his 296, and we will keep an eye on this as it develops. Cozy Learner still making his way around the track. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins by a lap. Just wouldn't shock me. Like I said yesterday, though, we gotta get this guy a custom livery. He can't just keep running the basic McLaren red lines. Like, we gotta get him some colors. I don't know if that's an XCL thing, you know, XCL team. We gotta get this guy some designs, or just buy him a PC, send him to PC ACC. I think that's where he belongs anyway. 1 second the gap from Saber to Sammy now, and it looks like it's closing. Saber just is a little inconsistent around the lap, kind of falls back to him in some areas, catches up to him in some areas. That's the difference between drivers, you know. We're not all robots. We have human errors. We have different spots we're fast in compared to the other drivers around us, and you see that when you have two drivers who are competing hard, you know. They're not taking the same lines. Saber a little bit into the grass there under braking, which we know in ACC is terrifying. You touch that grass, almost certainly you're into a wall. Weefy in P3 looks like it's secured as long as he can stay consistent, stay out of the walls. No damage on this race right now, and he's doing pretty good. BM Williams, like I said, is out of the race. He started P2 in qualifying, kind of turned in on Weefy really, and just bounced off his car. So we saw that happen from those two drivers. Less than 7 minutes to go at Hungaroring. 5.2 seconds a gap from Weefy to Febrix. Possibly he could catch him, but Febrix is making his way around really consistently. He is coming up on some lap traffic, so that is absolutely going to have a factor. Saber, the gap is up to 1.2 seconds. Doesn't look like he has the pace to catch the Ferrari in front of him. Richie, someone we were following, is in P11. Everybody has taken their stop now, with the exception of the guy who is mauling this entire lobby, which is Cozy Learner. But everybody has dove into the pits. 3.5 seconds a gap for Richie in front. Doesn't look like there's going to be much he can do. 2 seconds the gap now from Saber to Sammy. Levision Apex 10 seconds in front of him. Plenty of time behind him. He is cruising along in P8. Diablo, who was on pace for a top 5, had a really unfortunate pit stop that just took way too long. I mean, I don't know what they were doing. Washing the windshield, maybe like dusting the spoiler. I'm not 100% sure what his pit crew was up to, but he is now in P9, and they really did ruin his race. Really unfortunate there. Weefy, the gap is up to 6.1 seconds. That is larger than what we saw before, so it doesn't look like he's gonna have the pace to catch the 69 Ferrari unless something with the lap traffic happens. Slasher knees. way far ahead of him, and Richie's onto the back now, off the track into the marbles, but he absolutely has a chance to catch Slasher, as it looks like he just has mega pace compared to that 385 Ferrari. We're going to keep an eye on this as it develops. 5 minutes to go in the race. And to be quite frank with you folks, there's not a lot of action anywhere else. So I think we're going to watch this 1.2 second gap come down as we go through this lap. Actually, you know what we could do, and everybody loves this. I think it's time for a little bit of onboard with your leader, Cozy Learner. Let's take a lap in the Cozy car, folks. Coming around the middle sector now. Going into the third. I'm going to watch a little bit of a hot lap here. If Richie's overtake happens while we are spectating Cozy, it's just really unfortunate timing, but we got 4.5 minutes to go. Might as well watch a little bit of a lap from your leader, the number 5 McLaren, the guy who just is mega. Oh, he's coming in the pits. Yeah, that's about right, actually. Because why, when I want to watch him do a lap, is that the time where he comes into the pits? Yeah. Just welcome to A-tier broadcasting, folks. You know, if you were looking for professionalism, you just you're not at the right stream. My eyes can't keep up with Cozy. He is kind of going so fast that he just almost turns invisible. It's crazy. Richie, a driver who has provided a lot of action for us in the 2 races that he's done, is now going down the inside of the Ferrari into the last chicane. It looks like he has the move well done on Slasher Neves. And that is going to be a top 10 for Richie if he can keep it consistent. He did message me earlier and just said he's never raced this track in ACC. This is his first time getting on the Hungaroring. Whoa! Brakes really early for that corner compared to I Love 68, who was backmarked traffic. I Love 68 kind of sent it down the middle, had some contact there in between the 2 cars, and that might be some sidewall damage for Richie. Might be affecting his suspension a little bit. I wonder if Slasher Neves is going to benefit, possibly get back his lap. Interesting. Not really sure what happened there. 63 seconds, if you were wondering, guys. He took a stop, and he's 63 seconds ahead. Like, where do we find these guys? What hole are these guys living in? And by these guys, I just mean Cozy. There's literally no one else who could do this. I don't think. Maybe Rathy, but Rathy would probably crash on like lap 6. Here's a good way of doing that. 9/10. The gap now. It looks like Richie has secured that position. Doesn't look like he got much damage from that little bit of incident with I Love 68, who is now in P18. Oh, and yeah, Cozy's just gone. So now that he's taken his pit stop, and there's no possible chance that he like spiffs me here, we are gonna ride along on a lap with your race leader. Looks like it's gonna be 2 more laps. He might cross the line with like 3 seconds to go. We're gonna see him coming down to turn 1 right now. The slight hairpin all the way down to first gear. The sun is rising, folks. 5:07 in the morning, not the actual time. Don't worry, we're not up this early / late. But the sun is coming up, so that's kind of nice. Is Cozy actually 7/10 above a 42.8 right now? I think he's gonna take his fastest lap and go like a 1.5 seconds faster. I think he's just decided it's time to put a quali lap in. So we'll see what he does. Glad we're watching. I really hope this delta is glitched. Like I truly hope the delta is wrong. Because if this man is 1.56 seconds faster than his 42.8 with 42 seconds left to go in the race, that's just unbelievable. Down to second gear there. Misses the apex just a little bit, but he is 2.3 seconds up, supposedly. I mean, I saw the delta go down. Yeah, like the delta's like fluctuating. Like, I think he might actually just be like setting an alien lap right now in the race. So Cozy's 16th lap is going to be a 1:43.5. Yeah, that delta was completely wrong. I'm really happy that he didn't just make all of us look like fools. Weefy's still in P3, 5.4 seconds the gap. Everybody's got seconds in between them. Not much going on right now. Sammy may be hunting down that 992 BMW. They got a little bit of lap traffic in between them. Daz is back into the pits. Why? What? I Love 68 also back into the pits. Possibly got some damage from that collision with Richie. Timer glitch after pit. Yeah. Nah, I figured. But it would have been cool, right? Admit it would have been cool that he was like 2 seconds up and just set the fastest lap ever recorded in Xbox ACC history. Well, Daz might have just thrown away his 12th position, which is sad. Parkino trying to make it past Black Cowboys, who has lapped traffic. Does it cleanly. Sammy's going to have to do the same if he wants any chance at catching, folks. We are on the last lap. Cozy, he's going to be our first one across the line. He is your far and away race winner, leader, led every single lap of this race. Not one that was taken from him. He is coming across the final turn now. It was a masterclass from that McLaren. That Evo is under Cozy's foot. He has that car pinned down, flashing his lights as he goes across the checkered flag. 18 laps at Hungaroring, and he is going to take the win. What a fantastic drive from him. Rich is going to be the next one to cross the line. What a drive from Richie, starting from not a fantastic qualifying position to finish with a P10. Amazing for him, a top 5 in his, I believe, 3rd or 4th XCL race ever. The 385 is going to be the next across the lap. Slash and Neves right behind. 9.3 seconds the gap that ended up happening. And Mad Sidecaster, with just an unfortunate race, got slammed by that Nissan GTR, is going to finish P12. The 69 Fabrics, what a race from this man. Kept up with the pace. Kept very consistent and is going to finish in P2. Weefy, who had the strategy, had a chance to make the P2 happen, just fell short with that backlap traffic. Really, really unfortunate, but he's going to be held up. He's going to finish P3. Fantastic podium from him still. Amazing drive from that McLaren, and he's going to be happy tonight with his podium. Hopefully not dwelling over what could have been. The number 87 of a name that we are never going to try to say on this channel is finishing P4. Richie there doing donuts for his P10. And here comes the field. Parkino first. We have Black Cowboys crossing the line. The number 37 is going to be the next one to do it. Parkino with a fantastic top 5. What a drive from that BMW. Barry Knowles coming across the line. The 99 is going to be the next one across the checkered. That is Snaggy Path. Good drive from him. The number 1, Levision Apex. Amazing drive from this guy to get a top 10, let alone a 8. A P8. Diablo, unfortunate problem with the strategy. He's going to finish P9, but still a fantastic top 10. And that is it, folks. That is 30 minutes at Hungaroring. I really hope you enjoyed it, because I had a fantastic time. Everybody's in the pits. The race is over. Some had a really tough one. Some, like Cozy, had the exact opposite of a hard race. It was amazing to have you guys come along with me. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy the content, if you want to see more XCL broadcasts, hit that follow button, you know, and we'll be seeing more XCL races soon. Fantastically, they put on races every single day. XboxCommunityLeague.com. Join the Discord. Get in with the community. Thank you so much, Tony. We will be seeing you guys in a bit. Hopefully tomorrow for one of the races that we got going on. I believe both are UK time zone races tomorrow. And we will see you guys later. there is your winner, Cozy Learner 7852 in the McLaren. We'll wait for that final grid to come up here. Once everybody decides that they want it to. There it is. Cozy Learner takes her win. Fabrics in P2, Wi-Fi in P3. The name that, like, I can barely read that with my eyes in my head, is in P4. And P5, Parkino, that rounds out your top 5 there at Hungaroring. Richie rounds out your top 10. What a drive from him. Diablo in the P9 with the Porsche. Unbelievable race from these guys. Those top 5 drivers really put in the work to finish in their positions for the Hungaroring GP. The sun is up in Hungary, and the sun is going down in the United States. Thank you, everybody. We hope you have a fantastic night. Grab a beer, hang out with your kids, watch some YouTube. I don't know what you guys do, but enjoy it, and I will see you guys again soon.